damn it. What? Adolphus? Why are you walking on my land?
The lady grants you safe passage in these
defense lines. No, thank you. This offends us. Okay. Well, rip. Oh, that solves that problem, I guess.
Your word.
Lock army success from
Guardian
where?
of Bretonia.
Oh, okay. Paragon. Right. Paladin is back.
Ready to serve.
Alright, you go this way. Who else is at war with these guys besides? Oh my gosh, shitloads of people apparently are not at war with.
And fatal for you.
Okay, so it means I need to go get back over here and retake these settlements before somebody else decides that they're going to take them, because these, like, the dwarves over here or something could wander over and decide they want to take those lands, and I want them, because they're mine. I don't want to fight the dwarves, so, you know.
She speaks, I listen.
Do you know who I am? Very well, if you insist.
There's a bridge. Is there a bridge over here? There is a bridge over here.
Onward!
Gotta roll him around this way, I think. Ooh, hello.
My faith in you wanes.
Blessings of the lady be upon you.
Alright, we'll run him around this way too.
For Bretonia!
And we'll send her down this way, I guess.
March at once! We must rest.
Oh, freaking vampire corruption down here. Shit. Where's that paladin that just spawned?
Noble son of Bretonia.
Yes to the enemy.
You're gonna assault him. Failure. Nice. Good job. Great job.
What?
Malfunction!
I got one unit of harpies. We're fucked. That's it. GG. Not the harpies. No.
Bad plan scheme.
Alright, so we gotta be a little bit concerned about this guy specifically, but the rest of the army shouldn't be that big of a deal. Got a pretty good garrison here. Should be alright. Jet fighter harpies, right?
My deeds are legend.
Gotta look out for those bad boys. Dangerous. Mess your day up. Why is this a -1? What's going on over here? Corruption? Oh, right. Vampiric shit wandered through my land. Alright, we'll be alright. We'll recover. Hey, Hyper, how's it going? Good morning to you. Well, I guess I shouldn't presume what kind of morning it is. Morning, in general. It's mighty presumptuous of me to assume it's a good morning. Alright. Leave that alone.
True Bretonian.
Let's take energy. Down this way.
I forbid this.
Like, he's got one really pretty darn decent army, and the rest of it's pretty trashed here. Who else is up here anyways? I'm kind of curious if, is it worth, like, the dwarves and stuff, if they're gonna come down here and nuke these guys? I really don't want to capture this stuff because it's a terrible climate for me. Not good. I always leave off the good part, never infringe that I am pushing my mood into someone else. Yeah, I normally don't say good morning, I usually just say morning.
The Empire.
You have a proposal? We are willing to hear.
I refuse.
Because yeah, like I said, I shouldn't really presume what kind of morning it is for anybody else, whether it's good for me or not. All right, let's see.
Not betray your king.
So that guy's there. Should be able to nuke him pretty easily. We'll move back into Pools of Despair, grab that. We'll grab the Black Tower of Archon back. Then potentially we'll push it to Black Pyramid of Nagash if these guys don't get uppity. But Repanse should be able to defend against that stuff if they do come this way. Potentially if anything comes from down here as well. So yeah, how are we doing here? Yeah, we're at 500. We're 500 chivalry right now. Only one day under the first full week of 2020, and there is too much to do already. I want to hide. It's fair. It's fair. Have day then, right? My job tried to get me to work up a whole bunch of extra hours this last weekend here. That they gave me the option this time. So I was like, nah. I already got a bunch of shit going on that I have to take care of. Particularly after last week. Just getting completely fucking, like, curb stomped. Ugh. That's what they get for asking. Hands are covered in wood stain still.
The lady grants you safe passage.
What do you want, Theon? Non-aggression pact? No. I'm gonna need to murder you at some point. I'm sorry, but it's going to have to happen. Unless you become allied with somebody big and powerful. That's not me. In which case, then, we'll talk about it. Okay. Failure, good. Hero Stuff's defense chance, good. Oh, there's somebody up here raiding me. Alright. Oh, okay. Soldier go. Are they running?
Valiant
I think
Lord.
they are.
Paladin of Bretonia.
Where the hell? Oh, Jeebus. Critical failure? Really? Yikes.
Guardian,
Alright, fine.
sallying forth. Lord of Bretonia, going forth.
Alright, well, we'll deal with this shit over here, and then we'll...
On to glory!
I need to get this shit back. Where did that guy go, anyways? Hey, guy, where you at? But yeah, somebody's up here. Going after our province. If I leave this here, it's gonna cause problems.
Such oppression.
But it'll be 21 turns before it's a problem. The fuck is this? I don't know what that is. Where did you get that from? Haha. Nyandir? What? Oh, it's a Nyan cat. It's a Nyan cat thing. That guy's the one that's raiding? Oh, the guy that I chased off before?
In the lady's name.
Okay, gotcha. Fair enough. It's clearly a deer. Yes, it is.
For Bretonia.
It is indeed a deer. But, it's a Neon Cat reference.
In Bretonia's name.
Oh, there's somebody right here. Okay. Yeah, there's somebody raiding me right here. But it looks fucking weird. You're not wrong, it's weird. How many turns until we got problems here? 3 turns until supplies run out. Okay. How you been, by the way, Knight? It's been a while since we talked. How's life? Ah. Alright. Yeah, so we're just gonna nuke that, run down here and nuke this. Just gotta be careful for this guy.
Faith in your ways.
Been good? That's good to hear. Yeah, I figured. Something like that going on. I'm glad you're able to show up every once in a while anyways, but yeah. Went to 12-hour shifts at the jail? Right. Yeah, that's rough. 12-hour shifts suck. So yeah, I basically stream like right in the middle of your needing to sleep time, essentially. Gosh dang it, he just wounded all my shit. Bastard. It makes sense. I'm gonna have to wrap back around that way. God dang it. At least that one guy moved into the city, so I should just be able to stomp him, which will get rid of that army over there. I just basically need to make it so I'm not fighting two different fronts at this point. Once I can clean one front up, that'll definitely like fix a lot of my issues. So I'll be able to combine my armies in one direction. Hey, how are we doing here? Friendo's got a bunch of gold tier Ungor raiders. As long as we can keep him off of our walls, or engage him on the walls, we should be alright. He doesn't have like Cygors or anything anymore, so we should be able to just engage most of his troops directly on the walls. Also depends on how many towers he built. The more towers he builds, the worse it is for him. It's 2 towers there. Okay. Yeah, we should. I think we'll be alright here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's Fenron Jenkins. Hey, Fenron, how's it going? Hope your Malekith campaign has been going better. Good to see you, man. For some weird off chance, I feel like by this point, everybody in my channel has definitely checked out your channel, but I will link it anyways, because I do appreciate the host. Thank you so much. And welcome to all of your community. Hope they're having a good day, and I hope you're having a good day. Alright, let's see what we got here.
Get ready for breakdown!
G-Violator, thank you for that follow. Appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. Let's throw some guys here, I suppose. Let's throw one unit of men-at-arms here behind, so when inevitably these harpies attack us, we can try to do something about it. He does have a lot of archers around here somewhere as well that I can't see at the moment.
Men of Bretonia! Squire!
Let's take these squires and put them on this wall over here to fight those dudes coming over the top.
Knightly valor!
And this is where his leader's at, so I'm going to put my leader to face his leader. This is going to be the most efficient.
Battle ready!
Let's put like a group of spearmen back over here as well, just in case.
Men of Bretonia!
I feel like it's probably going to be the most... I think there's a bunch of Ungor raiders, like, right here. Kind of looks like there is, because these dogs are further back, so I'm thinking there's a bunch of guys, like, right here. So I'm going to throw those guys there to try to meet those ranged units walking up. Unfortunately, the Tomb King parapets are pretty awful, so we're not going to have too much protection here. Better than the greenskins, but still.
Knights of the Well!
Yet another thing that causes the greenskins to have problems. Their cities have, like, no parapets, so they get shot by arrows in the face a lot. Alright, both battering rams are on this side, so I guess I'll just throw that stuff there for right now. Put you guys on lance formation.
Infantry!
You guys... We're gonna put you behind the wall here, and we'll just climb you up if people start climbing the walls.
What orders?
What orders? Let's take a group of guys with shields and put them over here in case we need to flex them for some reason onto that side.
For the lady!
I don't think there's anybody over here. Maybe there is. I think if there is anybody over here, they'd be stacked up behind the towers. So I think we'll just do something like this, and we'll just figure out where they're going once we can actually see what the heck's going on. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Alright, let's shoot these dogs. These dogs are a big problem for us because we have low armor. Like, most of my guys have like 30 armor max. I suppose the squires have 70, but then they have really freaking low melee defense. The dogs are pretty good at chopping up low armor units. So, alright, yeah, there's some of those ranged units that I was expecting to see over here, so we'll start shooting them. So I know he's got a lot of ranged units. I'm actually kind of surprised I haven't seen one over here yet.
We fight for Bretonia!
You guys shoot the dogs. There we go. Okay, yeah, like I said, there's more over here, but they are stacked up behind the towers and not spread out across this front. So there's no reason to put anybody on like this tower or whatever, because obviously they're just going to be stacked up. Which is good for me, because that means he's going to try to charge up the walls with his archers. Which I am okay with. Let's move you guys around this way so you're not getting shot in the back.
This is the peasant's duty!
This is the peasant's duty. Some of these guys are going to try to climb the wall right here, which means we'll probably have to swing some spearmen over.
Peasant bowman!
Let's pull the peasant bowman off the wall with the spearmen up here. Defending against those guys. Any tips for a Virgin Total War Warhammer player? Yeah, there's a lot of general, like, just kind of general stuff. Oh, goddammit. Obviously, like, in battles and stuff like that, a lot of your learning is just going to have to be through, like, trial and error, figuring out how the factions actually play. But on the campaign map, there are a lot of just kind of, like, good things that you can do to set yourself up to be successful in general. These guys are going to come off the wall. They are. I'm going to charge them.
Yes.
I mean, there's plenty of things you can do, obviously, to help you on the campaign map as well, but it's...
Paladin of Bretonia!
You guys over here.
Get him! Come on, lads!
Or on the actual battle map. But each faction is going to have, like, their own, like, little ins and outs, obviously, when it comes to actual fighting. But pretty much universally, for a faction on the campaign map, you are going to want to look to centralize your construction for your military stuff. Like, don't have military stuff all over the place. Try to keep it in one area, one or two areas, as best you can.
Orders. We serve our lead.
That's for a couple reasons. One, so you can just always, when you build an army, you just kind of build it out of one area, and then it's like, there you go, army, and you send it out and do your thing. As you get bigger, you'll probably want to build, like, extra places to build more armies, obviously, so you're not always building from, like, really far away. Hey, thanks. Appreciate that. And everywhere else, you're basically going to be building economy, and make sure you build walls around all your settlements. So economy, public order, walls. That's the, like, the three primary things you want around every settlement, or in and around every settlement. I think it's getting fucked up here. In and around every settlement that you build that is not a... Where are you people going? That is not a settlement that you are using for military structures. I mean, obviously, some of the settlements that you're building for military structures are going to have the extra space to do that stuff as well. In which case, go right ahead, throw that stuff in there. But anywhere that you do not have a bunch of military structures, make sure you're getting those things put down. Lysine Hiles is the easiest. I would agree with that. But specifically Tyrion. Teclis is a little bit harder. But Tyrion is definitely the easiest. For sure. At this point.
To war.
Yeah, they're very good. They're very good. No lie.
Hastily!
They do have some issues. They're not like all powerful, but they have a lot of really good stuff. Like they've got a lot of good archer units. They've got a lot of good monster units. They've got a lot of good infantry. So there's many strengths to them. Their leadership's quite good. They have some ways to manipulate diplomacy that other factions don't have access to. So yeah, they have a lot of options, essentially. This is an online battle or offline battle. This is all just campaign versus the AI.
We serve the king!
This is not I'm not playing against another human being. This is all versus AI stuff. I'm doing right now. Yeah, the campaigns are really good in general. I think it's probably the biggest draw
Come on, lads!
to the game is the actual campaign versus AI. The co-op system is pretty good too. Like if you have a friend to play with, the co-op system is pretty nice. It's definitely fun because you can like gift. There's like when you play co-op, there's a little button down here. So like you see, I have this button. There's another button here. So if I were to like click on units, I'd be like, all right, I got these 3 guys or these 4 guys. I could click a button over here that would give those to my co-op partner during a fight, so that he could fight with me as well, right? So the co-op system is pretty nice because it allows you to like fight battles with your friends. You know, you don't have to like do weird shit to actually get that to happen.
Run!
So if you have friends to play with, the co-op, I would definitely recommend the co-op in this game. Things just take longer, obviously, because you have 2 players playing as opposed to 1. What's your favorite faction of all the factions? I assume it's the Bretonia you're playing right now. I do like Bretonia a lot, but it's not my favorite faction. My favorite faction is actually vampires. But I do enjoy Bretonia quite a bit. Bretonia's cool.
Arrows ready.
Not for everybody, though. There are a lot of people that say they dislike Bretonia.
Clear out.
So, definitely a faction that is worth trying, but don't get too sad if you dislike them, because they're kind of a divisive faction. The state of the vampires. Yeah, the state of the vampires is pretty unfortunate at the moment. At least the AI vampires. They are doing some... I'm going to speed this up because I'm just basically chasing down retreating units at this point. They are certainly in a weird spot. Their AI is kind of broken when it comes to the campaign map. Get between a rock and a hard place. Yeah, unfortunately, some of their issues just is because their AI just does not... Is that his leader? Their AI just does not make smart decisions on the campaign map, and it ends up getting them murdered. Like, Vlad decides he wants to travel hundreds of thousands of miles to the south for no reason, and gets himself murdered in, like, the southern lands. I don't know. It's weird shit. I'm not new to Total War games itself, though. I've been playing Total War as long as I remember. Yeah, so the big things, if you've been playing lots of Total War games, the big things you're going to have to get used to are magic, obviously, because giant things blowing up lots of units at one time, healing, buffs, things like that. You have to learn to pay attention to a lot of different, like, extra status effects, that sort of nonsense, that is not really in a lot of other Total War games. Monster units or something that you have to pay attention, that you'll have to deal with as well, is the way they interact with all the different unit types and that kind of thing. Because you have like, so you've got like infantry, you got cav, you've got monstrous infantry, and then you've got like big monsters like dragons and giants and that kind of crap. So you have to get used to that sort of thing as well. I have played every single Total War game outside of Attila and the iPad Rome. Otherwise, I have played every single other Total War game. You want monstrous cav? Well, technically, like, the snake guys the Tomb Kings have are sort of like monstrous cav. But I guess they still fall in the monstrous infantry category, I suppose. But they're more like cav. Wait, here's a question from the battle just now. The enemy had mostly archer beastmen. Can they climb walls? Yes, they can. They can. It's just like, obviously, the archer beastmen climbing the walls is kind of detrimental to them, because then they will engage me in melee and get fucked up. But every unit in the game that is not like a monster unit, so all infantry units come with a ladder already provided to them. So, like, any infantry unit you have, you can tell to climb a wall, and they'll go climb the wall. Without having to build the ladders or anything like that. They just have them. There are a lot of, like, streamlined things in Warhammer as well, which make it a little bit more accessible to newer players, I guess, overall, of Total War games. Like, if you're used to playing other Total War games, you'll probably find a bunch of stuff more simplistic than in some of the other titles. But that doesn't mean that the game is any less fun. It has a lot of combat depth to it, but there's a lot of other things that have been streamlined. Do you ever consider not giving your lord a steed so he can climb walls? You can dismount your steed, or you can dismount your lord before you go into combat. So if you want to do that, so like, hang on a second. Unless there, I think there might be, like, I don't know if I can dismount her. Oh no, I can. All right, so like I can go here and like click dismount here. Let's see, where's like this guy? Let's pick on this guy, right? Because he doesn't really matter right now. So I could go none. Oh look, boom.
Paladin.
And I can go, hey, get back on your shit. Boom. There you go.
To victory.
So you don't have to keep him mounted if you don't want to, obviously. It all depends on what you want to do with the situation that you're given, right?
For justice! Stop and recuperate!
Stop and recuperate.
I forbid this.
So, but yeah, if you either find yourself in a situation where you need to climb walls, then you can just do that, and then you fight, and you're good to go. What do you think of the Vampire Coast? I think they're one of the shittiest factions. I don't know why. Their troops just don't seem to have that punch. So, the Vampire Coast is incredibly focused around ranged. Like, their main focus is dealing damage through ranged combat and magic. So, if you do not build your armies in such a way to take advantage of that, their front line is fucking awful in the early game. Like, absolutely abysmally awful. Just easily replaced. But most of their damage comes from gunpowder units and magic. So if you need to leverage those things to make the faction good. The faction is incredible, honestly. It's just not exactly the same as some of the other factions are. Such heat, such oppression. You can't play the Vampire Coast like the dwarves, essentially. That's what I'm saying. What do we got here anyway? That's a bunch of crap.
My faith.
Some of this stuff is good. Oh, actually a lot of this stuff is good. Okay. Alright. So we need to get up here and with a real army and help handle that situation. I think like this entire army is pretty much garbage.
Betray your king.
So we should be able to just roll up on it and nuke it. So we're gonna run these guys up and then we're just gonna circle.
Victory! Blessings of the
Move
lady
these guys
be
up for
upon you.
reinforcement.
My
and
strength and wisdom are yours. Slay them!
in we go. Also be aware that this lies to you a lot. Do not trust the balance of power bar. This is one of the most annoying things, honestly, I feel for new players. Because as a new player, you don't understand. Like, you can't look at these armies. Like, if I said, look at these armies and assess them, tell me how strong they are versus each other, you'd be like, I don't know. And then you look at this bar and be like, well, I think they're about 50-50, right? This is a complete lie. Like, my army is much stronger than a 50-50 shot at winning this fight. So, this is one of the reasons why I say you kind of have to, like, fight enough fights to just understand how your units work. Yeah, it puts it in my favor slightly. This is more like a 60-40 maybe, or 55-45 in my favor. coordinate it, but we should just freaking wreck shop here, honestly. Is it worth to siege out a settlement with a strong garrison instead of straight up fighting? I usually bring what I need to take a settlement when I go to a settlement. On occasion, it's very rarely do I actually siege a settlement out entirely, unless I have a bunch of stats to, like, bonuses to my faction or my lord that allows me to siege much faster. I will sometimes siege long enough to get siege equipment, because you can build siege equipment like towers and rams and that kind of stuff. I will sometimes siege long enough to get that stuff, but I very rarely siege long enough to just, like, siege them into oblivion, unless they're a really strong garrison or something like that, that is severely hindering me from actually just straight up assaulting them, because it takes so long if you don't have a bonus to their like holdout time or their holdout reduction time or whatever. That little tail in the bar, it has something to do with reinforcements. I don't honestly remember exactly how that works.
Peasant bowman! For the lady!
Okay, it's this map, so I'm gonna go over here with these guys. Onto this side. One of those like basic things to keep in mind as well is, like, let's say I have a guy with like anti-large or whatever. It's like this guy's got charge defense versus large. There's no like
We serve the king.
there's no like button to make your spear units be like, I'm bracing. You just have to hold them still for like 2 to 3 seconds essentially, and then they will brace automatically. So if you're moving or you hit from the sides or the back, you won't get this charge defense versus large, which basically negates all of charge defense, or all of the charge. The charge defense negates all of the charge bonus from, like, cab units. Like, this guy got 16-hour charge bonus. He would not get any of that if he had these guys from the front while they're bracing. But there is no button for it. You just literally have to stand still facing the enemy to make it work. Yeah, that 69 charge bonus though, right?
Peasant bowman! Battle ready!
Also, if you're completely new, here is some stuff as well. So the first link brings you to a website, which is incredibly useful for, like, looking at units and comparing them and stuff like that. Stat-wise. It has some other stuff on that site as well, which is pretty damn useful. For, like, looking at, like, some of the other, like random-ass stuff the game has to offer. And then the second one is a Google document that I compiled that has a bunch of information about how, like, some of the more obtuse mechanics that are not explained very well in the game, how those work. So it might be worth looking at those as well, so you just have a better understanding of mechanics of the game, because the game doesn't really explain its mechanics all that well sometimes.
Ready for the charge, knights! For the lady!
For the lady. So I think that, let's see, I have more cav coming on, so I'm just going to put these guys over here, and we'll just let them join up with this cav. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to try to defend over here against a lot of their infantry and stuff, and whatever does not come this way will come this way and run into our cav. Basically, that's the plan anyway. We'll see if it works out for us. It should.
Infantry!
I don't think he's any RD, if I remember correctly.
Bowman! Battle ready!
Also, ranged units are like the primary damage dealers in this game. Ranged units, cav, artillery, obviously. It falls in the ranged units category, I guess. And some magic spells are also incredibly good at dealing damage. But ranged is, like, really good.
To the enemy!
Like, real good.
Priestess of the lady.
In general.
Fortune favors
Armor piercing
you.
is also insanely strong
To the enemy!
in the late game.
Battle ready! Full tilt!
Full tilt.
Kill
Alright, so we'll take you guys to your rear. That's a lot of horse boys. Yeah, Bretonia is a cav faction. Like, their primary function is to run fast at things with
At once.
dudes on horseback. They have a lot of really good cav. Even their, like, low-tier cav like this is pretty strong. Like, 81 charge bonus is pretty good. Because this number here gets added to our melee attack and our weapon strength when we engage. So my melee attack is my chance to hit, obviously, and then my weapon strength is the damage that I deal when I hit. So being able to add 81 to these two stats, and this is like a baseline cav unit for them, pretty much. Well, it's just one above the baseline, I guess. That's a lot of extra. That's a lot of extra bonus. And that charge bonus basically, so technically charge bonus runs for 15 seconds, but it degrades over the course of the time that that you are charged on somebody. So usually it's degraded to a point which is pretty much not worth continuing to be engaged in melee anymore. Like around like 8 to 10 seconds ish. So you really don't want to like sit there. You don't want to like charge and then like sit there for a really extended period of time. Usually once you get around 8 seconds, you should start thinking about pulling back and charging again. If you're not like too busy doing other things, obviously. Also, Bretonia gets this lance formation bonus, which is nice. Which gives you even more charge bonus.
Knights of the Rim!
See, these Knights of the Roman are sitting at 121 charge bonus, which is just freaking nutty. 101, 121, 93. Yeah. Because they're getting bonuses from being in this stance. Alright, so he's kind of like trying to move on my cav, so I'm just going to flank him with my infantry. This is one of my favorite units in the game, because it's so silly. It's 3 dudes pretending to be a horse, where they have a skeleton of a knight strapped to a post to help inspire the troops.
Yes! Kill him!
Alright.
Peasant woman!
Pull you guys back here. You dudes. So here's another thing you do in combat. If you have guys in control groups, so this is like control 1, you know, like any RTS game. I can then lock this control group, and then when I right click forward, it'll just charge the entire formation straight forward. As opposed to like, if I have it unlocked, everybody will, well, hang on, I'm gonna let them finish charging. If I have it unlocked, everybody will attack like a single guy.
Quickly, lads! Quickly, lads!
So like my entire formation would go after one dude,
Bretonia! Peasant
as opposed to charging the entire front over here. Alright, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take everybody and we're gonna back them off. So we've been charged for about 8 to 10 seconds at this point, so we're gonna try to back everybody off again. So we can get that charge bonus again.
With haste! Battle
Oh, Jeebus, he's got summons on top. Oh my gosh, more summons.
Quick now!
Alright, archers, get the fuck out of there.
Bowman. Kill him!
You guys keep fighting that stuff. You guys keep fighting that stuff.
Men of Bretonia! Peasant bowman!
Let's have you guys turn around and shoot that. You guys aren't really doing anything, so let's try to take you guys out here and roll you around. How are we doing on this side? Make sure our guys don't disengage. That's the other thing too, is just like any Total War game, you usually gotta click on like your guys to do something like 1,000,000 times, so they actually go do it.
Faith is my armor.
Ability across the front there. Let's take you guys and push on that.
Shift it! Quickly, lads! Orders, my lord! Battle
You guys are
pilgrim!
on this flank.
Clear! Defender of the realm!
You guys charge in again.
For the
You guys
king.
up here. Let's drop a heal on this mess here.
Feel true power! It shall
And also, let's drop physical resist on top of these guys, too.
Run them through! Battle pilgrims! Die, Fays! Kill them all!
For my liege.
You guys shoot this stuff. I need to be careful with my reliquary here because it's kind of a buffing unit. It's not too hard, it's not like horrendous in melee combat, but it's more there to buff the rest of my guys. So, try to pull it out of melee here so it doesn't get completely destroyed.
Peasant bowman!
Battle seems so hectic. Oh yeah, I mean, there's a lot of shit going on,
We obey.
for sure.
Lord of Bretonia!
You guys blast here.
Knights of the Ring!
At speed.
Put you guys back here so we can get the charge bonus again.
sorceress!
Heal on this side.
My lady, grant me
Let's try to pull you guys out in some separate angles here so we can get some better charges going on.
Peasant bowman!
Die.
You guys over
fiends.
here. We'll put you guys back here so you can heal up a bit.
Kill them all.
Well,
At
just not
once.
die so you can heal up
Ready
after the
for
fight, obviously.
orders.
I mean, leader there. We'll try to take him down.
Show us the
Let's put you guys into this flank
Trample
here.
them. The lady wills it. Attack.
Push on that. Drop some more physical resistance on top of this. It'll also pull Arcane Conduit
Firm hearts shall prevail.
so that we can get some more magic back.
Knights errant.
We need you to blast a magic spell across the front here. Alright, enemy's leadership is collapsing at this point, so should be good here. There we go. There we go. I also split the battle up across a wide area to split the enemy forces up as well, obviously, which makes the battle more hectic because I'm not fighting in one place. I have to fight the whole battlefield. And because my camera is locked to, I have a limited range. I can move my camera because I'm playing on legendary. My camera ends up swinging around a bunch. It's okay to lose units. Yeah, I'd rather not though. Like if it can be avoided, I'll try to not lose them. But yeah, it's fine to lose units here and there. It's not that big of a deal depending on what they are. 10 grand on the sack. Oof. Is that 30 shiv down? Ah, that's a lot of money. Yeah, we're in a second.
Blessings of the lady be upon you. Protector of the
My
realm.
own worst enemy. That.
Honor before
Okay, so
glory.
that's an army taken out. Let's see. We have a bunch of. Let's do peasant proficiency here so we can bump up our archer units. This is the other thing that Warhammer has that a lot of other Total Wars do not have is like a fully actualized like skill tree for the lords and stuff like that. Like some of them will have like really basic skill trees, but there's a lot more options here than most other Total War games. When it comes to, you got items to equip, and you get your skills for each lord as well, and then you have heroes on top of that.
Lord.
Like this gal is a hero, so she's kind of like a small version of the leader, and she's my mage or whatever, running around casting heals and shit on people. Honestly, I might need to get Total War Rome or whatever so I can play Siege Battles without having to cheese it. Fair enough. Well, it's nice to see you're building your kingdom with the best effort today. I'm doing what I can, Jedi. I hope today finds you well. We're taking back a bunch of stuff that we got stolen from us as well. Something else that's happening right now. Let's level that up. We just got a bunch of money, so that's going to be helpful. An NTW. Is that the new one? Oh, Napoleon. Oh, I like Napoleon quite a lot, actually. I enjoy Napoleon Total War. I think I like Napoleon Total War more than I like Empire Total War, honestly. I know a lot of people have problems with Empire Total War, but I enjoy it, alright?
True
I think it's okay for what it is. I think it's just too big. Like, their scope was too huge for what they what they had the ability to make, really, at the time. But yeah, I like Napoleon quite a bit because it's kind of like Empire, only a little bit more focused and more polished. Yeah, right. Exactly. It's one of the reasons why I really like Fall of the Samurai as well. I think Fall of the Samurai is potentially my favorite Total War overall. Because there's nothing more like, it has a really good build-up and a good balance between, like, the ancient technology and the new world and stuff like that, and then you get these big freaking, like, gun lines, and the smoke in that game is freaking awesome. Like, they do a good job. They do a good job. It really feels like a bunch of guys are freaking shooting at each other. Oh, let's see here. What do I want to do? I think I'm done for the turn. Oh no, I could build that. I could level that up. I tried Follow the Samurai, but having to deal with a lashback for modernization ticks me off. I like having to balance that shit. I think it adds a cool dynamic to the game, but I can understand why wouldn't be everybody's cup of tea, as it were. British. -6 leadership right now. The original Total War? You're British? Hell yeah. Let's see.
I forbid this.
Just to be clear, I am not British, but, you know, I can appreciate the British. Yeah, the original Total War was Shogun 1. Yeah, Shogun 1, Medieval 1. Those were the first two. Both very good games. Had some flaws here and there. Like freaking Spain in Medieval 1. Ugh, oh my gosh, Spain. That was such a pain in the ass. But outside of that, can appreciate the business as you take the land from the natives and claim they are thieves. Well, you know, got something in common with you guys.
Get ready for a breakdown!
Alright, I am going to go use latrine as I run the turn. So, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate that. And everybody from Fenron's community, thank you guys for continuing to hang out. It means a lot to me as you keep chilling in my channel. So, but I need to go take a pee and also refill my water, stuff like that. But I'll be back. Oh, turn 100 as well. I'm gonna stick around for like 2 minutes because I think probably the lizardmen will try to talk to me here. No, they didn't. Okay, I'll be back.